I wanted to make sure I do this right, and I wanted to make sure I do. Usually, I just do things off the cuff, but when I want to talk about this, I want to make sure I at least got all my ducks in a row. We're gonna be talking about Jonathan Majors. I didn't know whether to put the video or I'm gonna just read the article because I don't know if they're still cutting people off or hitting people with copyright strikes. So we're gonna go for the article, and it's gonna be from CNN Entertainment. A New York jury on Monday found actor Jonathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment of his former girlfriend during the domestic dispute. Majors, a rising star who has appeared in Disney's Marvel's franchise and Creed 3, was convicted on Monday of one of count of reckless assault in the third degree and a non-criminal charge of harassment as a violation. He was acquitted on another assault charge and one other count of aggravated harassment. Majors, who was present in court on Monday, held a straight face while the verdict was being read. He had to comment without commenting to members of the media. In a statement to CNN on Monday afternoon, Priya Kaudry, an attorney for Majors, says he still has faith in the process and look forward to clearing his name. Shortly after the verdict, a source with knowledge of the matter told CNN that Marvel Studios would not be moving forward with any future project with Major, who was set to star in villainous Kang in the Avengers Kang Dynasty. A representative for Marvel declined to comment when they reached by CNN. So basically, if y'all basically he was found guilty on two counts. Two counts. One is like a violation, and one I guess it could do up to like a year in jail from what I've read. Don't quote me on that. So, but um, it's basically he shouldn't. Let's be real. And y'all see the title. Um, y'all see the title. So I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. Um, that, that. Okay, I'm gonna just keep it buck with y'all. The system wasn't made for black men. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all wonder why black men has a problem with the justice system, especially when it comes to the way they come against black men, this is a reason why. Now, as what we try to explain people that sometimes this justice system wasn't made for us, is and yet there are times we have to fight for our lives where it seems like the saying when they get cold we get the flu. There is no reason that Jonathan Majors shouldn't have even been on trial. I think anybody as a man, you should have seen this. There shouldn't have been a reason that this man was even on trial. He didn't do anything. He didn't and then yet we seen insurmountable evidence of him not only showing that he's innocent, that he done things that a aggressor wouldn't do. You got the woman was being the whole time you see the woman is being aggressive. He's running 5 blocks and a woman is chasing right after him. He's keeping himself distance from her. He's the one that's getting out the car. There's people witnesses to saying that she was being the aggressor. There's videos of her drinking out. Even though she had a lacerated ear and a hurt finger, she was the one out drinking and then drinking with that same hand. There's so many incidents. There was so many things that it's just like that. You be like, this is an open and shut case. They don't need to charge this man. He didn't do anything. Open and shut case. But no, that man still gets come out with two counts. And reckless, it's like reckless, even though it's an intent, it shouldn't even been reckless. But why wasn't the white woman charged with anything? And yet you could put no evidence on her. And there's so much evidence on her. Not only that, she was the one acting the fool. She was the one coming home drunk to his place, half naked. He's he's the one that called the cops. He's the one that was like, I mean, I've never seen an incident when a man did the right thing. A man did the right thing. And yet he still not only loses a court case, in my opinion, loses his career. Disney is not going to, and I'll tell you the truth, I think Disney wasn't going to pick him up anyway. And if this is the man that was on a rise of becoming a A-list star or one of the biggest A-list stars, he was on the verge of being the next black man that people could look behind. Like he was everywhere. The man was everywhere. I do, and this is one of those things where it's just like I don't. As a black man, it's just like it's one of those things you worry. A lot of people say he shouldn't have been fucking with the white women. Now, I'm for my sisters fully. Uh, uh, I'm with my sisters fully. Don't get me wrong. I love my black queens, but this has nothing to do with him dating a white woman. I'm doing a rant right now. Um, this has nothing, and I do mean nothing, to do with him dating a white woman. Even though that's just black women just being angry that they didn't. Well, even though like I think he's dating Megan Good now. That man's career is. Excuse me. That man's career is gone. I don't want to say gone. I think he can pick himself up from this, but that Disney money that he was making, him being Kane the Conqueror, and him being, like that shit was this. This is why like people feel like the system is not one. The system is not made for black men, and like things was just set up. Everything was just set up because if this was anybody else that wasn't a black man, hell, if this was him doing this with a black woman, I don't think no one would have cared. This wouldn't have been a story. And I'm not doing this to shame on black women or shit on black women, but but even then, I think y'all will agree. If this was between a black man and a black woman, no one would have cared. You'd have cared enough, but it's just like they didn't even put this woman in. I guess they arrested her, but they was like, we're not going to charge her. And you know what? From then, I should have like raised an eyebrow. I should have raised an eyebrow when it was like, oh, they're not going to charge her, but they're still going to prosecute him. In the back of my head, I was like, but we have insurmountable evidence of him doing exactly what the opposite. And then her being a hypocrite. Even like there's so much insurmountable. Like you could look at other people's channels, and then it's just like you see videos of him running away, him calling the police station. But this is why the system is not made for black men. Black, and I want other races to understand, like, because we always talk about us blaming the victim, and then, if you did right, he did right. What can you say about this? And this goes out for the coons or people that try to justify what he did. No, he did the right thing. You can't say just anything he didn't do wrong. Even even when she tried to record him to make him seem like a bad guy, he was like, "Oh, I need you to be like Michelle Obama and all that other stuff." He wasn't in the wrong; he was in the right. He had an image, and his image needed to be protected. And you're with him, you gonna make his image look bad. And then they try to bring up old shit that had nothing to do with the case. guilty on 2 charges and get 2 charges that this is to me it feels set up. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It feels set up as fuck. Like I don't as like I don't like it makes us not trust the system. It, and this is why a lot of people fight for the injustices of the system. Whether or not he was with a white girl or not, that man shouldn't have lost his job. That man shouldn't have lost his career. That man lost his job, his career, and yet it like if anything, I was hoping, and to me it was just like I was hoping it wasn't getting to this part. But I think I should have known when they said we're still going to prosecute him, and I'm like, what? Just wasting people's time and money. To me, this is just like we're wrong, but we're not going to pretend like we're wrong. It's like one of those. It's like how a parent is wrong, but can't admit they're wrong or won't apologize. So their way of apologizing is like, you want something to eat instead of, but it's just like I'm not wrong in this situation. It's just like even though he like like I said, he did everything. He did everything he was supposed to on his end. And look what happened to him. And I know a lot of people want to say this. I was watching Jada Black. He was like, "This is like the Tory Lane situation. This is not like the Tory Lane situation at all. This is anything like the Tory Lane situation." Look, um, that is apples and oranges. Jada Black. I like the brother, but I honestly disagree. I honestly disagree. But that's on another story. Let's just get back. I'm just getting back to the Jonathan Majors thing. But this is, but as a black man, it shows you to be careful. This was an up and coming rising star. As a black man, the system is not made for us, which is why like I want all of us to do good. I want us, but it even shows you like even if you're doing good, they'll still find ways to try to fuck you over. Imagine that, like you being on the right track. You're doing everything you're supposed to do, and yet they're still trying to fuck you over. They're still trying to be like, we need to get him on something. We need to make him lose his job. We need to make him lose his career. We need to make him like he has to have that climb back up. Now, from now, if anybody's watching this, because it's going to look bad on paper, but it's one of those things where it's like basketball. On paper, it looks good. He looks good on paper, but did you really pass the eye test? Excuse me. So on paper, this looks. I don't know if this looks bad or not, but it's because it looks like a domestic violence movie. But I hope there's people who's just like, no, he did the right thing. The justice system fucked up. The jury fucked up. If you look and I want people, I hope there's people around us who's like, no. If you really look at the case, you're wondering why the fuck he got those charges in the first place. There was no reason he got those charges in the first place. But this is just one of those things where, as a black man, this is just like so. It's just one of our biggest fears because we know the justice system is not meant for us. And this is like if and showing you like this could happen to an A-list actor and he did everything right. What makes you think you're gonna do to us regular Joes? This is why y'all wonder why people don't really fuck with the police like that. Y'all really wonder why people don't fuck with the system like that. It's like it's stuff like this. It's stuff like this. It's just like we've had to deal with it on our own. The law. This is stupid. Everything about this law is stupid. I think any man that saw this or that was following this case is like, yo, this is stupid. This is like incredibly stupid. Um, but I think I said as much as I could on this because I'm gonna just end up repeating myself. This is one of those things, but I feel like this is. I'm very sad about this, but yet I'm also not surprised. Like I said, I should have realized something when they kept saying, like, even though there was evidence of him, it's like, oh, there was evidence of him doing the right thing, and he calling the police. It's like, why? I remember when I first heard this, it's just like, why is he getting charged when he was the one that called the police? Why is he getting charged when she's the one acting unruly? Why is he getting charged with it? And it's just one of those things where it's just like, because he's a black man. Yes, I know we just got off of Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit, but at the same time, and his fucking career is basically damn near ruined. But I think he can get his back. Well, I think Jonathan Majors can get his career back. Yeah, I think he can get his back. I think he's going to have to struggle for it, but I think he also going to have to. I think he can get his shit back. This nigga had. I don't know if y'all noticed. This nigga had an army commercial, and I don't even think it's on YouTube anymore. But he had an army commercial that I remember seeing at the Super Bowl, and I was like, "Yo, my boy, doing good." Um, yeah, I don't even know if I could play the army commercial, but yeah, the beat. But I remember that. I remember him just doing this. I'm like, "Yo, I think everybody was just coincide. It's just him and Michael B. Jordan. It's like these two are going to be superstars, our future superstars, to where we're gonna be looking at as like the next Denzel, the next Samuel L. Jackson, the next Eddie Murphy, the next black superstar that us black men could look up to. Now we won't be able to see that. Or I think no, I'm not gonna say that. I still think he can still build himself up from this, but it's gonna take a while. Now, as last thing I'm gonna say, black women, this is I don't think this is something you can rejoice for unless you're just mad that he's dating a white woman. But you never, well, I mean, but this is never your fight anyway. But I've seen a lot of black women do rejoice that oh, when he was dating a white woman, it's like, oh, it shows you when you're dating the right woman. Now again, I prefer black women over everything, but I'm not gonna look at it. Oh, you should have been dating a white woman and all that stuff. This shit should have never been happening. This shit should have never happened. And then like y'all got at Megan for like dating him and all that other stuff, but it's just like, oh, we tired of being your saviors. Like Megan Good was just gonna go in and say that man didn't do nothing. Like that man is good. Like it's not about y'all. I love my sisters. Don't get me wrong. I love my sisters, but this was never about y'all. It was so. And then the fact that y'all had y'all opinions on this and y'all was scoffing at the man because he's dating a white one, it's just weird. But that's another time and another story. But I'm pretty sure like Cynthia G is gonna have a ball with this though. Her on whatever fucking channel she is, because I know she's not on YouTube anymore. But I'm yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this right now. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all could put your thoughts in the comment section. How y'all feel about uh how this went. Till then, my name is Mosquito Fly, and I am out. Peace.